What is up, Game Junkies? We are here back for part 3 of the 3D Quest. And we've got 5 more games for you that we picked up over the course of the last few weeks. And there's a couple of cool ones here that I'm excited about. So to start this off, first we've got Sports Champions 2. This is actually a sealed copy, and this is the only one that I actually already had. Completely forgot, just didn't see it. It was put away with other stuff. So I was like, hey man, great, another one to add to the collection. Didn't even realize I had it. But Sports Champions 2 is another, like those Connect type sports games. What's interesting about this particular copy is I believe that it is an employee copy. I can't confirm that, but it is a factory seal with the stamped out marks there. So usually that is a sign of like an employee copy or like a review copy or something along those lines. So that's pretty dang cool. Pretty neat. I won't be opening this up. This game is super common opened up, so I'll just track it down again to actually get to play it.
The stuff off your list.
Next, we have got MLB 13 The Show. So this is another one of the MLB games that is also 3D. If you watched the last episode, you know that I said there are 3 MLB games that are 3D, and this is another one to add into it. So this is the last one that was released that's 3D. I don't care too much, but if you're going for the full set of these, you have to grab it. So it's another one I'm grabbing and adding to the collection, and maybe it's good, maybe it's not. Checked out some gameplay. They all look pretty similar with the 3D. This does seem to be the one that is the most compatible with the 3D. I know that based on Reddit comments, 11 had some huge issues with the 3D. So compatibility-wise or playability-wise, this seems to be the best one. Alright, and this one I was quite shocked to see was 3D, and you'll see the price that I paid for it. But this is Happy Feet 2, and I paid $1 for this bad boy. Very interesting. It's basically like a rhythm dance game. If you've ever seen the movies, you get the concept is that like these penguins are dancing, and it has some sort of story to it. I forget, it's been a long time. But basically they're dancing, and that's all you really need to know. So it's like a dancing rhythm type game. It does look very interesting, but for $1, I will add that to the collection all day long. Super happy to find a $1 game to add to the 3D Quest collection. I also was pleasantly surprised to see that it included 2 manuals and not just one for $1. So, like, I'll take that as well. So one of those I can take out of there, and I can use that for trades or something later on. So that's pretty cool. Super happy to have found that, especially for that price. Next, we've got, amazingly enough, another 360 game to add to the 3D Quest collection, and that's NBA 2K12. Now, if I want to play a sports game, it's usually going to be a basketball game. I can still get down with the NBA games today, although I find them to be more overly complicated. I'm more into the arcadey sports games, so the simulation sports games are not really up my alley anymore, and I feel like they've just gotten so dang complicated to where it's not even fun to play, and that's just kind of how I feel about it. Every time I go back to play, like, I tried Madden 21. That was the last Madden game that I played. I'm like, oh, this is too much. Like, it's just not for me. I'm just not the target audience for Madden or NBA or anything anymore. But the last new NBA game I played was 14. So I played this when it was new. So I remember this game very well, but just not the 3D. And what's cool about this particular one is these are all listed different. Some are not even listed that they're 3D. But this particular one has this symbol on it, and it has an Xbox collared 3D game sort of symbol. And there's only a few Xbox games that have that symbol on the front cover. So that's really incredible. That makes it easier to spot out, but most, 99% of the Xbox games that are 3D do not have that. So it's cool that it's there, and I love, like, the Xbox collars. It's got the gray for, like, the platinum hits and the green for, like, the Xbox, but yeah. And, of course, like, this is an all-time classic with Michael Jordan on the cover, and super cool. I already picked this up for PS3. If you watched the first episode, I share that in there. But, yeah, super cool. So now I've got it on the 360, and last but not least, and my favorite pickup of this episode, is Thor, God of Thunder. Now, I was legitimately excited to track this down because there are some of these Marvel movie games back then, like Captain America is another one, that were actually pretty good and people liked them. They were actually pretty good. Like, I'm really trying to track down Captain America again. And Thor God of Thunder is no exception. It is by no means a great game, but it has an audience of people that really like it, and it seems to genuinely be a game worth trying. And the 3D added to it is just like a bonus, you know, icing on the cake. And I like quote unquote bad games. Like there are filler games, there are those type of games that I really like that people hate. You know, everybody has an opinion, everybody has different tastes, and that's okay. But there's a lot of really bad games. I mean, I like Elf Bowling for the DS, Elf Bowling 1 and 2 for the DS and Wii. Like there are terrible games that I enjoy. But with that said, this is not, you know, a 1 out of 10 game. It's a mediocre game that people enjoy, and I was really excited to check out the 3D in this game because I think that, you know, that could add another component that draws me in to want to play this game, and I'm all for it. Plus, it is a Sega released game, which is really cool. I'm a big Sega fan, so anything listed Sega on it, I'm interested. So, really, really cool stuff. But what was your favorite pickup that I showed here today? Do you own any of these? Are any of these your favorite games by chance? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to leave a like and a subscribe as well because we'll have a bunch of these coming and we have new content every single day. We see you all later.